Hey guys, welcome to the Soul Break. Thanks for stopping by my channel. This is actually my first episode, and to give you a brief intro about myself, I'm just an ordinary guy who really likes sneakers. I got into sneakers quite recently, maybe early last year, and I just recently noticed that there are a lot of shoes that are just sitting around at my house. I mean, I do wear most of my sneakers, but there are some that I don't wear. I just collect, and I've noticed that my passion for sneakers has been dying down quite lately. And I thought this would be a good way for me to kind of re-spark that passion, as well as just, kind of share my ideas with thoughts with sneakers in general. So by no means am I a professional YouTuber, nor like a reviewer or anything like that. I mean, if you're looking for like detailed reviews, there are a lot of fantastic channels out there that you could check out. But this is just going to be about me and my journey of collecting sneakers. Yeah, and just to add, I'm just an ordinary guy who has a day job. I go to stores to get shoes. I try to cop shoes online manually. I don't use bots or anything like that. And I enter raffles like everybody else and just take L's. And if I'm lucky, I take W's sometimes. Very very few occasions. But yeah, I mean, I've done my fair share of selling or buying shoes for resale. These days, I'm trying to cop shoes for retail as much as possible, and so, which leads to this sneaker that I have in front of me. I thought this would be a great way to start off my channel. These actually came in the mail yesterday, and they released quite recently. So these are basically the Nike Off-White Dunk collab in the University Gold colorway. As you could probably tell, these were regionally released in Asia only. I believe U.S. and Canada got the green spike color. I believe it's in like black and neon green, and Europe got the kind of the university blue and white pair. Out of the three, the university blue and white pair is my favorite. But I when I got these in person, I thought these are quite uh, great looking as well. So just to jump right in to the shoe. Uh, to be honest, I really like these more in hand. I mean, when the photos first released, I thought these were great shoes, but I didn't expect these to be like really nice in hand. But what I do want to mention is that the I think the off-white collab shoes are typically better made than your regular Nike shoes. Because I mean, let's be honest, Nike shoes have pretty terrible QC these days. I mean, it's getting better and better, model after model, but I don't think there's the level of craftsmanship and finishing is on a different level on these models. Uh, so yeah, as you can tell, the overall color is just university gold. And one thing I've noticed is that a lot of rubber has been used throughout the shoe, and I can't say like this has great quality rubber. I mean, what kind of rubber is just rubber, but when you get it in hand and you kind of feel the rubber, it feels really pretty nice. And as you can see, there are a lot of like details, like this kind of like wave details all across the rubber. And what I really like about this shoe is that it merged a lot of different materials throughout the shoe. As you can see, there are a lot of like mesh uh, materials used on the side panels, and then there this kind of lining which use this is this kind of like goldish leather, I suppose. And the leather quality is quite okay, I think. It's quite smooth. I don't see any that many like glue marks or anything like that. like a misstitched or like area or anything like that. And the entire outsole and midsole are black. And one thing that I really want to note is that unlike your typical, dunk model, this has a visible air bubble unit, like right there. So I wouldn't say this is an SB dunk, but it does really have its resemblance to the model. For instance, like the tongue is really thick, as you can see on other SB Dunk models, and it has this kind of like sponge detail, which you can probably see in a lot of Virgil's Nike collab shoes, and I mean it just has a lot of details throughout the shoe. You can see the typical off-white text written across the side panel, and I don't know, they did a pretty good job of printing the letters across these different materials. For instance, on the leather part, the letters are really clear and legible, but on the mesh, it's kind of like a little lighter. But I think that kind of adds to the sort of like the vintage vibe of the entire shoe. And another detail, or not a detail, but another aspect that I've noticed about the shoe is that it's really heavy. Unlike any other Dunk shoe that I've had in hand, these use a lot of rubber, and I think that's what's causing this kind of weight. It's quite hefty. And I haven't put these on feet yet. I don't think I'm gonna wear these just now, but if somebody decides to wear these, I think they're going to be pretty heavy on feet. Another difference that I've noticed from other off-white collab models is that the zip tie is not entirely plastic. It uses, as you can kind of hear that, it uses this kind of this fuzzy material. It's really smooth, and I think it lacks the kind of all the letter descriptions on the side. But I've noticed it's quite interesting. I think this detail adds to sort of like adds a little sense of softness to the entire kind of like the industrial design of this shoe. So I think it was a pretty nice touch. And as you can see, the shoelaces contain the typical off-white lettering as well. Reading shoelaces, I'm not going to take it out right now. Basically, the other side is basically the same, and I don't know. I really like these, and I guess some of the reasons that I really like this shoe is that obviously it's an off-white collab, and I wasn't really into sneakers when the 10 released, but I think Virgil Abloh and Off-White played a big role in kind of sparking this, I wouldn't say hype, because the hype was always there, but this kind of frenzy that we see around sneakers. And so I personally consider Virgil's work quite monumental in the sneaker scene these days, and I'm impressed by his work once again. And another reason I like this model is that because it's been done on a Dunk, which is really hot these days. And I know Virgil did another version on a regular Dunk. I wouldn't call this an SB Dunk, but he did a collab on a regular Dunk. I believe it was like late last year, and I would safely say that that model kind of kicked off the frenzy around dunks that we have these days. I mean, I'm aware of the fact that, SB dunks have always been collectible, but let's be honest, there have been a lot of dunks sitting on websites and shelves, even up till like mid last year. But I think Virgil's collab with the other dunks, the regular dunks, was a real turning point to kick off the entire hype, the regenerated hype around dunks. And again, I wouldn't call this an SB Dunk, but I think this shoe has a pretty damn close resemblance to the SB Dunk in a lot of aspects, minus say like the air bubble here. So I think it's another symbolic or kind of significant you know collab to do on this model or on the silhouette. And one of my favorite details about this shoe is that this tongue tab here that reads Nike off. I don't know. It's just this text and the way they executed it. Like they did like a small tab on top of a leather tab, and I think that's just really clean and sophisticated. And the other stuff that you can see on typical Off-White collabs will be, the Off-White insole and all that. Overall, the quality and craftsmanship again on these shoes are really nice. They're very well made. I've seen very few glue marks or any, extra stitches, around the shoe. But some cons would be that this shoe is really it's quite heavy. You can just feel it in hand, and if you compare it to other Dunks, it's pretty damn heavy. And another con would be that what I personally like the university gold color used on this model, but some might say that it's not that wearable in terms of color because it's too bright, or I don't know, it catches the attention too much. But being a sneakerhead, I think it's pretty nice to have something that really pops in your daily routine. I mean, I don't picture myself wearing this day after day, but there's got to be a day in a week that you kind of want to wear these, that where you can fit this into your outfit. If you're not that guy, well, I mean, you don't have to wear them. So yeah, but anyways, to get into some other stuff, I guess I don't, like I said, I don't plan to wear these just now. I'm just gonna let them sit for a while, but I don't picture myself flipping them at all. But having said that, I don't think these are worth buying for resale. I haven't checked the prices, but I don't know. I don't want to hype up shoes that or be like, oh, these are so fire. I mean, these are definitely well made, but if I didn't take a W, like if I wasn't lucky enough to get these on the Nike sneakers website in my country, I probably would have passed on them. But now that I have these in hand for retail, I definitely wear them once in a while, once I feel like it. But yeah, I don't picture myself buying these for resale. But anyways, that's it for today. I know that I've said a lot of ums and like a lot of pauses, but again, I'm not a professional YouTuber or a reviewer. This is just me trying to continue my love for sneakers and just try to reach out to whomever might be out there. So yeah, I hope you just enjoy this brief review, and I'll probably come back with another episode with a different shoe sometime soon. All right, thanks for watching.